to the SOS Services web tool. In this module, we will provide an overview for how to view your test results from the Samples page. We will also review the dashboard, reports, and preferences pages. When you first enter the Samples page, you will see a list of samples presented in a table view, along with column headers and other controls to help you filter, locate, and view information for your samples. A number of columns appear by default, but you can select which columns to display, and you can adjust the column order as you prefer. Click on the settings or gear icon found to the right of the column headers to open up a drop-down list and select the columns you wish to view. The lab number is the number assigned to the sample at the lab. Clicking on an entry in the lab number column changes the view to the sample details page for that particular sample. The health column provides a representation of the overall interpretation of the test results for each sample. The health of a sample may be denoted as urgent action required, monitor component, no action required, no comment, or not interpreted. For the health history, one icon appears in this column for each of the preceding 3 samples for the component. The status identifies the current status of the sample. There are 5 possible statuses for a sample. New indicates that test results are available to view. In progress indicates that the sample has been reviewed, but further action is needed to be taken and recorded prior to closing the sample. Closed indicates that the sample has been reviewed and closed. In process indicates that the sample is currently being analyzed by the lab. Pending indicates that the sample has not yet been received by the lab. Other commonly used column filters include the asset serial number, component, lab date, interpretation text, sample date, asset ID, and DCN or dealer customer name. A check mark signifies that the column will appear within the table. Click anywhere outside the drop-down list to close the list. The columns that actually appear within the table view depend on the search real estate available. If more columns are selected than space allows on your screen, a plus sign icon appears to the right of the rows, signifying that additional information is available. Clicking on the plus sign expands the row so that you can view the additional information as needed. To sort data in ascending or descending order, click on the small arrow to the right of the column header and then select the desired order. Some column headers provide drop-down lists used to select information options. Others use direct entry fields in which you can enter specific search elements to more quickly locate a particular sample. To clear header filters, click on the Settings gear icon and then click on Clear All Filters. Be sure to clear all filters prior to your search. You can rearrange the order of the columns and adjust their widths. Paging controls appear at the bottom of the table to facilitate navigation through longer lists of data. Use the column header fields to filter and locate specific samples within your list of samples. You may also use the Advanced Filter feature, which allows you to create and customize a filter search. Create new filters by clicking on Filter Details and then Add Filter Condition. Specify filter criteria by using lists to choose the property, operator, and values based on the filter types. After creating a new filter, you can click on Apply to have the system refine the sample lists presented. Be sure to click on the Save Filter to add the new filter to your list. Clicking on Reset clears all advanced filters. New and in-progress samples can be closed once they have been reviewed and any required action has been taken. Click on the Close Samples button. Samples that require attention cannot be closed, as it is required that an action be recorded. The datasets can be downloaded as a spreadsheet file in Microsoft Excel format. You can download results or summary for selected samples by highlighting them and then clicking the Download Results or Download History buttons. The Sample Details view appears when you click on the lab number column for a specific sample. This view displays all the data for a selected sample, the sample information, the recommendations, and the test results. Once you have viewed test results, you may perform a number of functions from this page. You may print a PDF version of the report, or you may graph your test results for a visual of the trends. For example, you may want to graph wear metals to observe the wear trends for a specific component. After reviewing your test results and recommendations, you may close the sample if no further action is required, or you may record an action. Click Action Taken Yes, select the action taken from a drop-down menu, and add any further details you wish to include. Recording an action lets the fluid analyst know what action was taken on any red alert samples, and this information will be visible to them upon reviewing your next sample. You may also set the sample to In Progress if work is to be done and you wish to close it at a later time. From this page, you may also email the lab with inquiries concerning the specific sample. You can also email the report to any other person. Another way to look at your SOS data is to view them from the dashboard. The dashboard shows samples in progress, samples divided by alert level, samples recently submitted, recently sampled assets, due and overdue assets, and a quick search function. Clicking on the action required part of the donut, for example, will take you directly to your red alert samples. The reports page contains a participation report, a service report, a sample turnaround time report, and a sample ship summary report. The preferences page shows any advanced filter options you may have set. This concludes this portion of how to view your SOS results. Thank you for viewing, and if you have any questions, please contact us at CAT Fluid Analysis Lab Group at toromont.com.